If you daydream about leaving the corporate world behind and becoming your own boss, then listen up.
Internet is really the great equalizer for everybody, and you don't necessarily need a huge budget.
So, today, some answers to help close the gap between your income and your bills, all from the comfort of your own home.
I think people want a little bit more control over their financial destiny.
More than ever before are working from home. In fact, the latest numbers show a boom.
Hi there, my name's Rob, and recently I was laid off from my job, and I found out about the binary code. And I'm actually making more than I was working, which is great. It's unbelievable to me.
These next 5 minutes are going to be the most important 5 minutes of your life, as I let you in on the most closely guarded secret to increasing your chances of having a bank account as healthy as one of mine for free. $423,852.65. $555,508.21. These are actual screenshots I've taken of just 2 of my 5 bank account balances. Hefty sums of money that I earned over the past 7 months, beginning February of 2012. You heard me right. This ultimate system has made me millions of dollars in just over a year and a half, without the need for dodgy software, applications, or websites. Get ready to find out about an amazing secret that even so-called money-making experts don't have a clue about, at absolutely no cost. No more having to shell out $49 or $97 just so you can access a members area geared towards selling you more generic how-to-get-rich-quick ebooks, training resources, or software that just aren't worth your time and effort. We've all been through this before. This vicious cycle of giving in to the temptation of too-good-to-be-true money-making schemes and ending up frustrated and ashamed much later, tens or hundreds of dollars poorer. Unfortunately, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, with everyone scrambling to pull out ahead of others, selling empty promises that result in even emptier pockets. Even at this very moment, your inbox probably has 1 or 2 of these cleverly disguised scams just biding their time before they blow up in your face. The internet is such a minefield of scam products that promise you the world in exchange for a few of your hard-earned bucks and a click of the button, that it's no wonder everyone gets burned. As someone who's been burnt more times than I care to remember, I can tell you why we still fall for these scams against our better judgment. We live in desperate times that drive us to take desperate measures. The unbelievable becomes believable as we start focusing on the what-ifs. What if this actually turned out to be true? What if this is the actual turning point of my life? What if I actually make hundreds, no, thousands of dollars? Sadly, even a few $100s once in a while would be enough to appease us. But once you've fallen for it, hook, line, and sinker, you don't even make the kind of money it promised you would. You'd be lucky to break even. Instead, what do you get? Access to a members area, littered with a jumble of confusing information that belies the earlier promises. Instead of getting simpler, your life just got a whole lot more complicated. Instead of earning money at the get-go, you may even have to shell out even more money. Frustrated and betrayed, you'd want to get your money back ASAP. Sometimes the stress of it all mounts so that you'd feel like screaming your head off, but it still wouldn't be enough. How can they continue operating if what they're doing is illegal? What's the government doing about all this? You ask yourself all these questions, but the main issue is everyone is out for themselves. No one is truly, genuinely just out to help people. Buy now, try now, download now. These words have become meaningless to us. Until now, that is. By now, you know that with every venture, you're risking your time, your effort, and your money. But what about if I could cut down that risk by showing you something that you can do absolutely free? Without paying a single cent out of your pocket, I'll reveal the system where you gain up to $193,867.46, $231,017.40, or even more, right into your bank account. Don't bother whipping out your credit card or getting ready with your PayPal information. I don't need your money. I'm literally giving away the information that has made me a millionaire in the span of a few months at no charge. What's in it for me, you ask? I want to break the vicious cycle of taking advantage of others for personal gain by leveling out the playing field for all of you out there who are just struggling to make ends meet. I want this news to spread like wildfire, And to do this, I'm gifting you with the key to earn at least $500 a day, every day, and even substantially more once you've taken everything in stride. Once you know this system like the back of your hand, I'd like you to share your good fortunes by helping your family, your friends, your colleagues, and others to attain similar levels of financial independence, even as your own bank account grows from this to this after only a few months. Have I gotten your attention? If not, you're welcome to leave at any time. But if you're open to the limitless possibilities of this ultimate key to financial independence, stay with me, because you're about to see something elegantly simple yet undeniably effective. First of all, here's a number guaranteed to put your mind at ease. 4,384. That's the number of people to date who have taken the plunge and reaped hefty sums of money from this system. You'll be meeting some of them one by one on the next page as they share their stories of unqualified success. Whether you're a homemaker, a young aspiring professional, or a veteran of internet money making, I guarantee that this is the simplest and most effective money-making system out here today. In just a few seconds, you'll be privy to the exclusive and life-changing guide on just how you can get a bank account just like this, step by step, in just a few months. The next 5 minutes of this video will present you with undisputable proof of how this simple and effective system can generate real cash, not a few dollars here and there, but hundreds and thousands of dollars. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime chance. Spare a few minutes of your time for something that can revolutionize your life. In real time, you will see exactly how you'll be able to earn $500 per day, every single day through this system. So pay close attention and get ready to take notes as I reveal the ultimate money-making system. This is Warren Buffett, the third richest man in the world, with an estimated wealth of $44 billion. Now, before you get all excited, let me make things clear. I'm not saying that this system will make you a billionaire. I just wanted to point out that Warren Buffett generated a large portion of his billions by leveraging the financial market. In fact, most of the world's millionaires and billionaires have built their wealth by investing in stocks, foreign exchange, commodities, and indices. 99% of stockbrokers are millionaires because they have leveraged the financial markets with the help of relevant intel and insider know-how that had previously been a well-kept secret. The odds of earning by trading stocks, forex, commodities, and indices are similar to that in a casino. Everything has been set up so that the house wins the majority of the time. In essence, large banks and major players have the advantage at the outset. That's all about to change. Now you have the opportunity to be as wealthy as the world's top 1%. With this system as a great equalizer, more and more people will be able to leverage the financial markets themselves, and you can be one of those people. You will have the ability to be one of the elite few despite the unpredictable economy. Surprisingly, considering these times of economic turmoil, more than 500,000 people still managed to become millionaires in 2011 alone. Actually, I am one of 2012's new millionaires. If you will recall my bank accounts with $423,852.65 or $555,508.21. In fact, most of us become millionaires or even billionaires when we leverage the financial market. But why haven't you? The fault doesn't lie with you, and it's easy to see why once we've taken a step back and looked at the general picture. Stocks, forex, securities, these are simply not things that you can learn about overnight. You need to have some understanding and experience in the financial market, not to mention have to carry out research in order to even begin making hundreds of dollars on the market. Traditionally, there's a learning process to go through. Typically, you'd have to perform analyses of market trends while keeping up to date on the latest relevant information. Plus, you'd have to invest between $5,000 and $20,000 to gain significant returns. And all for what? A profit of 0.5% to maybe 5%? As I've said before, the whole system is set up for the major players to rake in the big bucks. That's the reason why others won't even attempt to dip into financial markets, even if the rewards are potentially limitless. There's just so much to learn and so many ways to make mistakes. But with this system, we no longer need to undergo that learning process. I'm going to spill the beans that these greedy stockbrokers and bankers have been hoarding all to themselves. I'm going to reveal how these millionaires and billionaires, with all their expensive sports cars, huge mansions, and sleek yachts, have built up their wealth. The system is binary options, which is a powerful yet uncomplicated method of leveraging the financial market. With binary options, you can say goodbye to countless hours spent researching and analyzing trends in the market to make informed decisions about which stocks to buy, how much to buy them for, and when to sell them. With binary options, the only thing you need to establish is whether the stock will rise or fall based on the views of the majority of traders. That's how simple it is. Instead of relying on your own knowledge and expertise, you can make choices based on the opinions of thousands of well-informed experts instead. Simply go along with their decision and reap the same profits that they gain. If most of the traders believe that the stock value will go up within the next 60 seconds, select the up option. If most of the traders believe that the stock value will go down within the next 60 seconds, select the down option. Every correct choice you make can generate up to 70 to 80% of pure profit per transaction. Again, your earnings don't depend on whether the stock values rise or falls 1% or 50%. It doesn't matter at all. All you need to do is make the right choice, up or down. And by making the correct choice, you make 70 to 80% profit instantly. Here's an actual recording of a transaction I made to show you exactly how this system works. In the beginning, you can see that my account has $422 in it. In this instance, I had decided to go with the foreign exchange of Australian dollars to US dollars. You see here a graph showing the dynamic fluctuation in the value of both currencies based on the aggregated decision of thousands of experienced traders worldwide. At that moment, 68% of them predicted that the exchange rate would go down. Knowing that, I go to the 60 Seconds tab and select $10 as the amount I'm going to trade, and since the majority of them have predicted that the rate will go down, I naturally select down. This is otherwise known as put. I then click Open Trade and confirm. So the trading has begun, and let's fast forward it to 60 seconds later to see the outcome. All right, we've made the right choice, and here you can see that I've just made $7 of pure profit on a $10 investment after just 1 minute. That's 70% of profit just by taking the advice of expert traders. Up here, my running balance has jumped from $422 to $429. What if you had traded with $100 in the first place? You would have made $70 free and clear in just over a minute. With just a few clicks of a button. That's all it took. With binary options, the days of poring through the newspapers, listening intently to the news, and doing extensive research are history. With binary options, you could start with as little as a few $100 instead of risking $5,000 to $20,000 at the outset. With binary options, you will see your daily profits rise before your eyes until you're betting $500 every single day. And why stop at that when you could be earning $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, or $50,000 each month in profit? With binary options, you would be saying goodbye to 0.5% to 5% profit per trade and instead count on a profit of no less than 70 to 80% instead. Now I know you're just raring to go and earn that $500 right this minute, but please, take the time to read the rest of the page to make sure that you understand everything fully. The step-by-step outline below is there for a reason, to make sure that you have the best, most effective strategy out there to start making the big bucks. Meanwhile, take the time to watch exactly how I made over $250 in just 50 minutes using binary options. This is the fast-forwarded version of the actual video recording, so that you know this actually happens in just 2 minutes. This live recorded video starts at 2:18 p.m. on Friday, August 31st, where I'm using the account earlier, which now has $429 as a baseline. As I speed through the video, you'll be able to get a glimpse of just a few examples of the actual trades you could be making once you started this system. 50 minutes later, all that trading from 2:18 p.m. to 3:09 p.m. has led to the following amazing result. Again, to confirm that just 50 minutes has passed, You can see the time is 3:09 p.m. Friday, August 31st. Now the total amount has jumped to $690. So from $429, we made a profit of $261 in just under an hour. Now just think how much you could be making if you traded for 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now's the time to get control of your life back into your hands and stop being taken advantage of. Now you can gain the upper hand over those hotshot stockbrokers and large banks that earn their profits on your losses. It's your time to be raking in the big bucks. Use binary options right away and don't waste a second more without generating some much-needed cash. With binary options, you have the absolute best money-making strategy available to generate substantial income with only the bare minimum cash outlay, minimal time, and minimal effort. Gain the upper hand this moment and spare yourself regret later on. Accept this invitation below and come right in. Your journey to financial freedom starts now.